Brendan may be on the way to Rundu on a long, straight road.
David mentioned that at speed he was getting a little vagueness in the front end, and that's very indicative of steering head bearings going loose. You hear things like that, it's a great idea to pull off, pull over, have somebody sit on the back of the bike while it's on its center stand so that you can unload the front wheel. And then with just very light movement at the bottom of the fork legs, pull them forward to you. And if you feel any movement that's not moving the bike, but just in the fork legs, you know your bearings are too loose. What we did is disassembled all of the handlebars, the ignition switch. He had a steering damper on the handlebars. We had to take that off, which had some interesting little safety screws on it. So we improvised and used some vice grips, which are very handy tools to have in your toolkit. Now we've loosened up the pinch bolt in the top clamp, and we're just going to reset the compression bolt on the headstock. And that will put pressure onto the top bearing and hopefully take the slop out of this. So we don't have an M10 Allen wrench that goes into this compression bolt, so we're going to use a 55 Torx driver, which is the end pieces from here to here are the same dimensions as an M10 Allen. So you get good grip in it, you won't strip anything out, and should work just fine.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to tighten that down just a little bit, not much. Now, David, you want to test the forks again?
Still there.
A little bit. Okay. We just do this a little at a time because we don't want to over torque the bearing. So we've tightened that down just to where we take that slop out and no more. Don't want to put any more tension on it because that over tensions the bearings and is just as bad as having too much looseness on them. So we've taken that slop out, we've set the proper tension, then you rotate the front wheel side to side so you can see if there's any roughness in the bearings. That'll tell you whether or not the bearings have started to disintegrate. If that's the case, you need to get somewhere where you can get replacement bearings very soon. Because they're not going to heal themselves. They'll continue to erode as you go, even if you've reset the tension on them. But at least having the proper tension on them will get you somewhere down the road, better than sitting out in the middle of nowhere. Now we're going to reassemble the whole front top here for David, and David will be off and going.